Hello and welcome to All Shorts. Let's see if we can make sense of this. Conner McGreggor, the Irish boxer, kickboxer, cage boxer, whatever kind of boxer he is, well, he was adjudicated as a rapist. He raped some girl, took advantage of her, a mishand. Well, actually, no, it wasn't just rape. It was gang rape. Actually, there was two of them involved. Although I think one was just a spectator. I'm not 100% certain. I wasn't there, you see. No. Well, Donald Trump invited Conor McGregor to the White House. So Donald Trump is quite comfortable around sex offenders. He's filled his cabinet with sex offenders and some pretty strange people. And then he obviously got Mike Johnson as well. He's pretty weird, you could say. Yeah, we'll get into that in a moment as well. But it doesn't stop there, you see, because the thing that I find really difficult is that people who voted, the MAGA, who voted for Donald Trump, knew exactly what he was about. He was one of the bros, you see. This kind of hegemonic masculinity, this misogyny, is the Tate brothers, for instance. That kind of ilk. Indoctrinating our young. They feel they're missing something, apparently. Well, I think that, quite frankly, they've easily manipulated some of these kids. And so are the MAGA. They have the lack of thinking, you see. Now, some are coming around. Some are realising, hey, what the hell have I done? I made a mistake supporting MAGA. Some people are making video clips and put them online. I commend them for doing that, but, end of the day, they had a choice and they made it. They didn't want to choose, an economy that was functioning. They chose one that was, obviously headed for disaster. And with these tariffs, we told you again and again and again. And you still didn't seem to understand how the tariff system worked. You voted for him. You voted for Donald Trump. The man who, had a live mic moment while he was in his tour bus. He said, I grabbed her by the pussy. I grabbed her by the pussy. See, the thing about Donald Trump is, you see, he admires sex offenders. He admires them even more if they've stayed out of jail. And then we got Jeffrey Epstein. We never got to see those files, did we? Donald Trump said we're going to see the files, he said. And he said, on the second breath, there's a lot of stuff in there, dodgy stuff in those files. You might hurt some people. Yeah, he meaning himself. He was a good friend of Jeffrey Epstein. There's plenty of images there of him. And let's not forget the fact that he was there at Casablanca eyeing up the 14-year-olds himself, allegedly. It's really annoying when you've got to say that, when you're pretty confident that it isn't alleged, that it's most likely to be 100% true and factual. End of the day, the man is himself a convicted sex offender. Was that 34 felony accounts as well? Are we supposed to believe what he says? Jean Carroll successfully took him to court. Stormy Daniels, and that was a fraud case. Trying to buy her off. And then we've got senators and what have you. Sex offenders, allegedly. Like Justin Oshon in Minnesota. I don't know if I pronounced that right. State senator. He's accused of allegedly underage, or touting for underage sex. Don't mean to say he hasn't done it before. But he was caught curb crawling, he was. Like I say, Conner McGreggor invited into the White House. Him and his friend, Mr. Lawrence, and that, it's was heavy-handed with Miss Hand and raped her. Conner said it was consensual. I don't believe that for a moment, to be honest. Now, Conner is, he wants to be the Taoiseach of our island. He won't get there. He will never gain enough support. He's an embarrassment to the people of Ireland, to the good people of Ireland. He is an embarrassment. Now, Donald Trump is an embarrassment. For a start, he's orange. And others are trying to follow suit, like Mike Johnson. He's also orange. Something strange went on there. It's like he put a face pack on and it shrunk on his face. Maybe he put the foundation on, before the Botox, and then the Botox expanded everything, and then it didn't reach to all the edges. He looked like Donald Trump. Or maybe it's appropriation, like when everybody was having a little bit of sellotape, a plaster on their hair, when Donald Trump set up his fake hit job. That's what I think. No. Donald Trump, like I say, he's happy with sex offenders, or alleged sex offenders like Pete Hegseth. He's also a drunk. That bit surprised me, though, because apparently Donald Trump is deadly against alcohol. He doesn't drink, apparently. He's a teetotaler. Oh, sorry, he's a Coca-Cola totaler. Then you've got other alcoholics and drug takers like Bobby Brainworm. They're all in there, And obviously Elon Musk, who's also he's also a alleged sex offender. Allegedly, he bribed, or tried to bribe, one of the airline hostesses. He paid her off. So paid her off $250,000 because he offered to buy her a horse if he gave her oral sex. Well, obviously, when you buy someone, they opt to shut them up. Clearly, that's admission of guilt. But these people are weird. So weird. What kind of not started, but become... This misogyny and control of women became very obvious when they reversed Roe versus Wade. And will take control of women's bodies. You can become our child bearers. You are. We'll rape you, and you can't get an abortion, and you'll have to have our child. One way increasing the population. You can spread your seed far and wide. If Donald Trump participates, there'll be a trail of Cheeto dust. For when he's finally out of government, if it ever does happen, that is. And then you got Matt Gaetz. Well, a lot came out about him, and he dropped out, didn't he? Dropped out. Another weirdo. And Mike Johnson and his strange family. Apparently they watch porn together with his sons. It's a bit of a weird thing to do, if you ask me. Do you agree? Leave it in the comments down below. No, apparently Mike Johnson allegedly is, well, not necessarily a trustworthy person to adopt a 14-year-old boy. Might have been an honourable thing to do, but it's a bit strange. Didn't even do it officially. No. And then his daughter. How he treats his daughter. She had to go to a purity ball. It's like a pageant for young girls in puberty. They have to wear a wedding dress. They have to pledge their allegiance to their purity, to their virginity, and sign like a social contract with their father in this whole strange ceremony. It's bizarre. It's a cult. It's weird as fuck. It really is. Every time I repeat that to myself, it's like, oh, crikey, it stuns me. It really does. It's weird. But there again, it's no different than Donald Trump, really. Well, it's a little bit different, but Donald Trump signing his 14-year-old daughter, Ivanka Trump, to the Casablanca model agency, the same model agency that he used to lecture at, going into the changing rooms and staring at the girls with their clothes on. It's creepy. And these people are in government. These people are taking away your rights. And apparently we're supposed to be frightened of trans people. Really? All the trans people I know are some of the kindest people. Quite honest. Caring sort. You could say they're woke, but I'd rather be woke than to be a sex offender. Seriously. What does woke mean anyway? Well, you just basically... you're taking notice of other people's situation, caring for others, wishing no harm on others, just trying to be a decent person. And no, you don't have to go to blooming church for that. In fact, the churches are some of the worst places to go. How many churches have been found to have, be harbouring sex offenders themselves? And then you obviously got these cult churches as well. So-called evangelicals. And people follow them. Crikey, it's almost like they're gifting their little boys to them. Strange sort, isn't it? It really is strange. But, you know, what's it say about, the MAGA men out there? Well, it says they're all right with it. They think it's okay to treat women like shit. To, treat minority groups, LGBTQ or that, Q plus or whatever it is. Always forget. Treat them like shit. Those who can't really fight back. Like back in January, a Republican bill went through which effectively allowed them to, far-reaching it was, and it still is because it went through only by about 2 or 3 votes it went through. All but 2 Democrats voted against it. It basically allowed, men to inspect women. And I say women, I'm saying young girls, to see whether or not they are trans in sports, etc. But it was like a blanket thing. If you've got any suspicions down there, have you shaved? Do you realize how creepy this all is? How disgusting this all is? Now, I've got 6 kids, you know. I've got 2 daughters, several grandchildren. I can't imagine what I'd do if they were treated in that way. It's not okay. It's not okay. And even the United States has even now been considered to be taken off. Well, actually, no, to be put on the Human Rights Watch list, and also been considered to be taken off as a listed as a democratic country. That's how close you're getting to it now. Your vote is meaning nothing, you see, if your constitution's not working. If they're doing everything they can to not abide by the court rulings, which is showing that the Constitution doesn't work, such as those flights that were sent, even though the court said, no, the ones that are in there got to return. Donald Trump, oh, well, it's too late, they're already gone. The United States is just broken, as I see it at the moment, and it's a crying shame. And all it'll do is ostracise the United States. It's not just the tariffs. People are watching. People abroad are watching what's going on in the United States and saying, well, no, we don't want to be a part of that. We don't even want to be associated with that. We don't even want to engage with that. And looking for new trade options. Now, your economy in the United States, your stocks as well, is just plummeting. It's just plummeting. All because of Donald Trump, who appears to me is trying to break the United States. Maybe he's shorting the United States. We won't be surprised. Look what he did with the Bitcoin. With sort of big meme thing. Meme, what? Oh, meme coin, that's the thing, yeah. I just find that madness. I can't get on it. It's not surprising. Look who voted for him. What say you? Please leave in the comments down below. Am I on point or am I off? Let us know. I do read the comments, but you probably already know. And I was going to do a funny one, that sort of try to keep it funny this video, but I don't know how I can because it's so dire. So dire. So sad. Anyway, please hit the like button if you want to support the channel. Do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below. There they are. Toodaloo.